Consoles come, they say hi. Before too long, it's now a bye. Consoles fly, they fly high. Consoles fly into the sky. But one thing never changes on the internet, that's drama!
Here we go!
It would be an absolute waste to create a video about gaming news if we didn't cover some drama, right?
Yeah.
Over the past few weeks and months and years, and since the beginning of the internet, seems like barely any time can go by without some scandal coming out of the gaming community.
Yeah.
And it's our duty to you, the loyal viewer who can't be bothered to play any of these games but desires more. You thirst for blood, and you want to know what's going on behind the scenes. And when people fuck up, you want to hear about it.
Yes.
But this only happens in gaming and not the internet in general, right?
Wrong! Fucking idiots.
Stupid.
This shit has been going on since the beginning of time. Not only in every entertainment medium, but also in politics and in real life too. Because that's what drama essentially boils down to. People finding out about real life shit and not stuff that's force-fed down your throat in press releases.
That's when Judas Iscariot told the Romans where Jesus was.
Also, they push it down your throat in scripted media, or by, self-righteous vloggers who wish the world could be nothing but flowers and rainbows as they sit atop their throne as YouTube royalty.
Now let's cut through all that stupid bullshit here and take drama that's presented to viewers for what it is. Entertainment!
Yes!
And then let's take YouTube for what it is in the year 2016. A platform that delivers content.
Yes.
You can say all you want about, oh, you're my community. That's cool. But at face value, YouTube is a content delivery platform where the user chooses what he or she wants to spend their time watching.
If you want to watch a guy in a tiny sombrero talk shit about drama on the internet, so be it.
If you don't like me, you don't like your goddamn self.
YouTube is seriously just mirroring the same evolution that television went through. Although, since it's the internet, it's happening at hyper speed. Look at TV. For the most part, TV evolved from a place where most of the content was standard comedies, dramas, not the kind we're talking about here, cartoons, evening news, variety shows, and so on. Then in the 80s, things started to change. 24-hour news stations hit the airwaves. Reality talk shows started popping up. And the ultimate cultural devil reared its head. Music on TV. Oh, no!
After that, in the 90s, and you'll only remember this if you were around then, those types of programs started evolving further to meet the demands of their audience. People responded in great numbers to shows like Geraldo. So of course, someone like Jerry Springer was able to capitalize on that and go even crazier.
Yeah.
And Maury capitalized on that and went even crazier.
You are not the father.
News became darker and more scandalous because that's what gets eyeballed to the screens.
Yes.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yes.
Hell, even the WWF or WWE, whatever the hell you want to call it, evolved from a place where crazy characters on the sides of good versus evil fought to what people call the bad boy era. Shit was fucking bonkers, and the ratings skyrocketed.
I don't want to see Hulk Hogan go up against the Iron Sheik. Boo! I want to see a man who is clearly mentally deranged and wears a sock on his hand jump off the top of a 30-foot tall steel cage into another person's body.
Yeah, and apparently if Stone Cold wins tonight, we're all going to see Deborah's puppies. So
Yes.
you better stay tuned all night to see if them
Exactly.
puppies come out on network television.
So we're not saying that it's inherently good for these kinds of videos to appear on YouTube, whether it's people knocking themselves out in fail videos, playing pranks that push the limits of common decency, or reporting on the darker underbelly of the new forms of entertainment. It's just evolving into something that the users and viewers themselves create and consume. So sure, take the high road if you want, but don't think you can save the platform, because the YouTube you think you knew is really just a multi-billion-dollar backed corporate entity that allows people to advertise on their stock of videos. Plant a tree and film it. That's fine, but there will be plenty of people who are still out there capitalizing on shock topics, and they're not always bad people. They're just capitalizing on a certain type of content that people are obviously eager to see.
And we usually try to balance it a bit. I mean, we do this show, which is a complete fucking joke, and if
Yeah.
you take it seriously, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And Weekly Weird News, that's kind of serious. No. But we also cover a lot of important stuff too sometimes. And then some fluff.
Yeah.
Because people like fluff. They
sure do.
sleep on it at night, it's comfy.
Yeah.
We like to cater to everyone. The middle of the road, if you will. Very cynical, middle of the road.
Yeah.
So having said that, what did happen in the gaming space this
Something
week?
positive, I
Hopefully
hope.
some real news
Yeah.
and not just drama.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, a streamer and employee of a company who makes the game he was playing told someone to go fuck themselves after they donated money to him. God damn it.
I'm so angry, I'm gonna take off my tiny sombrero.
Oh.
All right. Well, if we could be so eloquent as to quote our T.U.G.S intro song,
Here we go!
Okay, so on Twitch or YouTube streaming or whatever,
Justin TV.
you can donate or tip people whose content you enjoy, basically. And while streaming a game of Smite, BrandonNance, received one of those thoughtful donations that aren't even mandatory. You don't have to give this guy money. Wow, what a nice gesture. I wonder what the message on this donation said.
Too long, didn't read. I tried killing myself last August, discovered your videos once I was released, and Smite has become a positive outlet for me. Thanks. Wow. Goddamn. There's a little positivity in the gaming community. Always warms the heart. This guy was obviously depressed to the point of nearly taking his own life, and he recovered not only thanks to the game, but this guy's videos and streams. Heartwarming.
Surely the response to this person would have been one of grace and empathy, right? Wrong! He responded with the following. There are a lot of streamers out there that would appreciate that message. I'm just gonna call you an asshole. It's a selfish, stupid thing to do. If you don't like my opinion about that, you can find someone else to watch who's gonna tell you that killing yourself is okay. Go fuck yourself, kid.
Wow. Okay, this is a lot to take in here.
Yeah.
It seems like his brain might have been firing too many ways at once.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people out there who consider suicide selfish. Those are usually people directly affected by the results, family members, friends, and whatnot. However, it's also said by people who don't understand how mental problems and clinical depression work.
Yeah.
The way it comes off in this statement is very Lord of the Edge. I'm so edgy, I'm gonna take a hardcore stance against this and impress everyone.
I'm so edgy.
Ugh.
It's the wrong way to do it, especially when someone is reaching out to you in a positive way. Also, even if he had worded it in a somewhat coherent manner, which showed both compassion and empathy with a firm yet knowledgeable stance on the matter, it doesn't matter because the streamer went ahead and added, "Go fuck yourself, kid," onto the end of his statement. I mean, come on. And this all comes to an even stranger point when you realize that this guy was an employee of the game's developer, Hi-Rez, the very studio that essentially saved this kid's life.
So, of course, now DM Brandon has, of course, since apologized profusely. And he said in a post to Twitlonger, which is a social media add-on strictly for apologies at this point.
Yeah.
He said, I couldn't believe what I said because I didn't mean it. And I certainly did not mean for it to come out as it did. And he also added to that that he officially resigned from his position at Hi-Rez. And for his part, he did say that he was under a lot of stress and had dealt with trolly posts in the past. He reacted poorly, but do we think he really wanted this kid to go fuck himself?
Nah. Okay, well, finally we can shake off all that drama nonsense and get into some news about video games, right? What do we have coming up next? Gaming industry veteran and game development studio founder defends an 80-hour work week. Oh, come on! Ugh.
Christ!
Ugh.
Okay, this guy here, who totally looks like the type of boss who not only makes you work over Christmas, but also doesn't give you a Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
What a monster. His name is Alex St. John. He ain't no saint.
Yeah.
We won't spend very much time on this because it really isn't that interesting to you, but to sum it up, recently Kate Edwards, who is the executive director of the International Game Developers Association, was speaking at GDC and later on in an interview claimed that at least 37% of game devs are not being compensated properly, if at all, for crunch time, which is essentially non-stop work that goes well into what would be considered overtime.
Hey, listen, it's fucking true. The 40-hour work week is tossed around a lot as the end-all be-all standard of what you can expect to work for a living wage in the United States. But sadly, especially in creative or tech fields, this is just an outright fucking lie.
Yep.
Hell, I don't even know if either of us has ever worked less than 40 hours a week when you consider the overall tasks of this job. Not complaining, because we could be doing shit that's a lot more physically or, let's be honest, mentally demanding. Just confirming this perceived bias.
Yeah. Anyway, Scrooge McDuck over here plops down and writes an op-ed piece about how gaming is an art, and art doesn't fit into a typical work structure or time window. Which, again, there's some truth to that, but you don't have to be such a fucking asshat about it.
Yeah.
And saying that the people who are putting in all this time shouldn't be properly compensated for it is a serious dick move. I mean, whatever. Take that however you want. Personally, I'd rather spend more time per week doing something I'm into than 40 hours a week cleaning toilets. 80 is a bit excessive.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people watching this show spent 80 hours playing League of Legends just in the past week. So who are we to judge? Also, they're making a lot of money off of some of these games.
Well, the people at the top.
Right.
So they should be able to give everyone some of that trickle-down economy.
The 1% is
Yeah.
alive and well in
His
the gaming
picture
industry.
should be the picture when you like Google 1%ers. He's sitting there with a
Are we
cigar.
sure it's not a stock photo of like bad boss?
It might be.
Asshole boss?
It might be. But if it's actually him, that's even worse. However, having said all of that before, how about how we can't judge him? We can't judge him. His daughter can apparently judge him because she said that his opinions are, quote, vile, sexist, and wrong. So take that. Maybe if you had spent more time with your daughter and less time making games, excuse me, art, like Crystal Maze, Polar Golfer, and Sea Life Safari, she wouldn't be calling you out.
And they still hang on gallery walls to this day.
Yes.
People still sing the praises of.
I went all
what
the way.
was it called?
I went all the way to Holland to go to the Rijksmuseum to see Polar fucking Golf or whatever the hell
Yeah.
that game was called.
The man is made his mark on the world.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And, that comes before family. Can we talk about some fucking video games now, for fuck's sake?
Sure.
Good. All right. Players who loved The Division are pissed.
Yes.
Not only did the latest enhancements to the game make it harder and more expensive to craft items, it also introduced a new free endgame content. So you're probably thinking, wait, why would it be a bad thing that they would give you something for free?
Yeah.
It was promoted as an endgame raid, something similar to raids in standard MMOs, or even something like Destiny's Vault of Glass, where you have to come together and use strategy and different skill sets to make your way through a lengthy path covered in random bosses. Turns out, it was just a horde mode with some set pieces that drop. Oh, good for you!
Also, people have figured out lots of ways to exploit the game already, and even that endgame incursion by glitching through things or off the map so that they can't get hit. They call it cheesing.
Isn't that when you get a cat and you have it spray piss in your face and you get high?
What the fuck?
I'll continue. They call it cheesing, which is arguably the most annoying term for utilizing a known exploit that I've ever heard. It's also literally what the kids on South Park call getting high from the urinary gland of a cat. Yes.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm glad you remembered.
Either way, yes.
Well, either way, gamers are fucking pissed, and so are the devs, with the official people associated with the project now claiming that they will be issuing bans to the people who take advantage of glitches that they, the developers, allowed into the game when they shipped it and still haven't patched. Fuck you.
So my advice, you better fucking turn around and dump either a free endgame actual raid mission to this thing, change the gear level entry to the Dark Zone so that it's more accurate to people's skill level, push forward the release of a paid DLC that enhances the game in a major way and includes more shit to do that's not tedious or repetitive, or at the very least let me buy a cool Cat in the Hat style floppy hat so that my character can look even more stupid than it already does. Now listen, apparently they just issued some hot fixes for the exploits, but in doing so they also patched the double revive, which was so fucking clutch, I am going to miss it a lot. Yeah. You awake?
Oh. Woo! Okay, yeah, Ricky has put over 100 hours into that game that I've never played, and he is mad as hell. He's not going to take it anymore.
No.
But speaking of games that had ultimate potential and will soon completely fail their fans, the Doom! All caps multiplayer beta has apparently landed with a thud.
Yes.
With posts about the game and the multiplayer aspects tiptoeing into downright savage territory. Can we retire that word, please?
Yes. Just like cheesing.
Yeah. Here you go. The Doom beta sucks.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, should be
I
agreed.
played it.
Yeah.
Doom is now Bethesda's second most hated game on Steam. And the very subtle, Doom multiplayer beta is the worst indie software FPS I've ever played.
What voice was that?
I'm an angry gamer.
The angry gamer impression.
Man, I leave reviews for things online. Who the fuck? Have you ever left a Steam review on anything?
Yes.
No.
I'm Jimmy. I don't like this game.
Shibby reviews things on a weekly basis here. Whatever. I can't say I didn't warn you. When the hype train was rolling down the tracks last year, I very clearly stated, on this show I believe, yeah, I mean I hope they get the single player campaign down and spend a lot of time on it because it looks great, but I have no interest in playing the multiplayer aspect of a Doom game. It'll just come out wrong. Anyways, this feels great to be justified. Finally, I don't have to eat a tweet. But since this is just the multiplayer beta, and yeah, it's a beta, maybe they'll sort some shit out in time for release, and maybe the single player campaign will actually be great, since that's the only bit that I and probably everyone else wants to actually play.
Leave me alone. I don't want to play with you kids anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to rush through some of this shit. The Xbox 360's dead.
Dead.
Bye. They're stopping production on it, which is something they should do on the day that a new console is released anyway, to encourage people to grow the fuck up and upgrade, or just buy a PC. Am I right, PC gaming community?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, we love you.
Batman Arkham something or other is gonna get an HD remake, which is fine and doesn't affect anyone except for hardcore Batman Arkham something or other fans. Anyway, so whatever. Shut up, stop bitching about it. And Rocket League's getting a basketball mode, so you can all finally unlock your achievement and trophy and shoot the ball.
All
Yeah,
right.
the aerial goal achievement, the one that is still escaping me. I can
Game's
finally
great.
get it. I agree. Shut up. We've wasted far too much time already on T.U.G.S this week, and I have to go prep my flower crown for Coachella this weekend. So let's just get right into Shibby's review, which no one will see because you've definitely stopped watching already. Shibby, take it away.
All right, T.U.G.S boys and T.U.G.S girls. This week I'm reviewing Dank Souls 3, currently the best rated PS4 game, the second best PC game, and fourth best Xbox game of 2016. Clearly, Bandai Namco paid every other news source off.
Newer source, just like all those people that paid off Marvel.
All right. Paid off every other news source other than myself. What the hell, Bandai, for a gleaming review.
Give Shibby some money.
Unlike Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 is molasses slow, constantly fighting both the game and the camera system every step of the way to get anything done. Aggroing one enemy at a time to roll away on the ground like someone ODing at Molly at Coachella is mechanically uninteresting. Turtling. Oh, I have a doge. Hey. Turtling uninformed gaming show. Turtling and learning boss patterns after a few deaths while getting reamed in the anus is hardly rewarding, when once again it feels more like a fighting game.
Oh, I want you to shut up just
And
like
it
everyone
could-
watching.
It feels more like fighting the game and the controls than the enemies. PvP is very underwhelming with little appeal to battle over phantom players over and over and over and over. It's garbage. All right, we're switching it up here. Okay. The game also runs like shit on a variety of systems. Oh, that's just adorable. The game runs like shit on a variety of computer systems, like myself, with the 700 series NVIDIA graphics card, or those unfortunate enough to crash entirely out of the game when you have the mechanically boring bonfire system that's just completely broken. Wow, that is just so cute. This is great. Every time I say something loud, the dog shivers a little. I feel
Well,
bad.
yeah, because they have ultra-sensitive hearing, you asshole.
I have to clean this one. Sure! There we go. There are more class archetypes, but everyone knows that Pyromancer is the only way to play unless you're a baby bitch boy that just wants to turtle by playing the night class. Turtle? Where's Turtle? Overall, at least Dark Souls...
Smite.
Playing Smite. Overall, at least Dark Souls 3 isn't as shit as The Division, which is surprisingly worse and more exploited than Destiny. Pretty much any game that starts with a D is certainly sucking it in the past couple years. 0 out of 10 frames per second. But this dog, Elliot,
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Oh.
It's just so cute.
You take care of it.
She's a Mexican.
It's true. All right, Shibby sucks, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? The dog lost its hat, whatever. We can't show an Amazon review for Dark Souls because we already did it last week when he was gone because he was picking out flower colors for his wedding or whatever.
Lame.
Instead, Mafia 3 released a trailer this week. It actually looks great. Too bad it'll probably be shit because of this user who bought Mafia 2 back when it was released and reviewed it on Amazon. This one comes from Gary Michaels, who titled it Absolutely Awful.
This has to be one of the worst games I've ever played. It is extremely boring throughout the entire thing. I played the demo thinking the whole game would be like it, but it turns out that was the funnest part of the entire game. The people driving have no clue what they are doing. They don't stop at stop signs, they don't listen to traffic lights.
The AI is just moronic, apparently.
For example, I'll be driving through a green light and some idiot will literally pull out right in front of me and the cops will think it's a hit and run and they'll be after me, leaving me to decide to pay them money I need or kill them and have my car and myself wanted. 1 star.
I love how advanced he thinks AI is in games, that they would be able to respect the laws of the road. It's a serious problem.
I don't know South Park that well, but that sounds like Jimmy's friend in whatever episode, and they are like planning some kind of thug organization or something.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mimsy!
Yeah, there you go.
All right, no, seriously, I'm gonna get fucked up in the desert. So while you guys are all arguing in the comments about how this show is just actual news now,
Boom!
or how drama has no place in the internet, I'll be watching Run the Jewels melt some faces.
Featuring Bernie Sanders.
How about you, Elliot? What are you doing to avoid YouTube comments this weekend?
Packing up my life into boxes.
Wait, are you giving up?
Yeah. No, I'm giving up on where I
You
live.
quitting YouTube?
Quitting my house.
Too much drama.
Yeah.
Gotta
Cameron's
quit.
about to give up.
Yeah, it is. It's on its last leg. And you watch Weekly Weird News, Tech Tuesday, and a podcast. It's a long one. It's a long episode of T.U.G.S. I'm glad that you stuck it out. One last guy. Time to walk this dog.